class of 2015. I was going to start by saying I don't know many of you, but the truth is I recognize a lot of you, and that kind of scares me. But it doesn't change the fact that many of you probably don't know me. But as Mr. Morrow said, just 7 years ago, I was sitting right where you guys are. And my thoughts were a million miles away, so I understand that mentally you are in the same place, and I will try and keep this short and sweet for you guys. I graduated from St. Francis Community High School in 2008, so not even a full decade ago. When I got the offer to speak, it was an honor, but it was also terrifying, because what could I possibly say to you guys? How could I help you? But I do recognize in the time since I graduated till now, I've had a ton of opportunity for growth and a ton of experiences. I've learned a lot along the way, so I just wanted to share some of those learnings with you guys. I want to start with the most important one, and that is you cannot be afraid to dream, and I mean dream big. When I was younger, my dream was to move to California and work in Hollywood. And that is where I am, and that's what I'm doing. Specifically, as you heard, I'm doing live events and award shows for television. But it was a long journey to get to that point, and never in a million years would I have thought the girl from a small town would be doing something so big. But when I was 12 years old, I planted this seed, or this idea in my brain, that I was going to move west and I was going to go to Hollywood. From age 12 to age 22, I watered that seed every day, and I fully believe I achieved that dream just because I had a strong mental foundation in it. When you have a goal and you can visualize yourself getting there, and you so strongly believe that you will achieve that dream, the chances are you will. You'll go through life, and almost subconsciously, you'll make these decisions that move you in the direction of your dreams. Until one day you wake up and you realize, oh my God, I made it. I'm where I want to be, and I'm living the life I've always wanted. And you might ask yourself, well, how did I get here? And you'll think back on your journey, and you'll remember every step you took, and you'll realize how each one was tailor-made to get you to where you were supposed to be. And your journey will make all the sense. And sometimes it really is as simple as just having a positive outlook. And then you'll be lucky enough to be a blank slate, and you'll get to have a new goal, a new dream, and you'll get to go down any path. Don't be afraid to be yourself. I know that sounds simple, like it's something your parents told you on the first day of school, but it's entirely true. The first award show I ever did was the Primetime Emmy Awards in 2011, and I got it through an internship. That was 4 years ago, and I still can't believe it happened. Because when I applied for that internship, I was just a girl in the Midwest studying journalism. I had no knowledge of TV, and the only events I'd ever produced were for the students at the University of Kansas. But this internship, it embodied my dream, and it was everything I wanted in my career, and everything I wanted in my life. So I crossed my fingers and I submitted my application, and I was fortunate enough to be moved to the finalist round. As a finalist, they sent me some interview questions through email, so I had to make a 10-minute video explaining why I wanted the internship. I knew in my heart of hearts that I didn't have the necessary experience, but I had the drive and the willingness to learn, and that's what I chose to show in my video. It worked for me because I got the internship, and later I was actually able to meet the woman who picked me for the job. I asked her, why me? And she said out of all the applicants they received, all the cookie-cutter applicants, I was the only one who showed some enthusiasm and showed a passion. You can't be afraid to stray from the norm. You have to make a name for yourself. Don't be afraid to make a scene if necessary. What is your brand? What is going to be your selling point? This journey of self-discovery is a highly personalized journey. You will learn and you will grow at your own pace, and it'll be exactly what's right for you, so do not compare your journey to anyone else's. There will be times when you feel unsure or confused and lost, and I want you to know that, trust me, this is completely okay. This is part of the journey, and I would be nervous if you guys were confident 100% of the time. The only thing you need to remember is that even when things don't feel okay, they eventually will be okay again. With that being said, do not be afraid to fail. In fact, I would encourage failing multiple times because it is the best way to learn what life has to offer you. When I was growing up, and still today, I am inspired by the story of Walt Disney. He also was from a small town. He lived in Missouri, just a couple hours from Kansas City. When he was older, he got a job at the Kansas City Star, and they fired him because they said he lacked creativity. So when he was 21, he packed his belongings and he moved to California, and the rest, of course, is history. But Walt Disney was always very vocal about his struggles and his failures that he learned along the way. He said a quote that's been sticking with me for years, and still even today, if something goes wrong, it just automatically plays in my head. So I was hoping to share it with you guys in case you're ever in the dark. This might be a little bit of a light. But Walt said, "I think it's important to have a good, hard failure when you're young." I learned a lot out of that because it makes you aware of what can happen to you. Walt went on to say in that quote that failing left him unafraid. If life was able to knock him down, but he could survive to see himself get back up, then what did he have to be afraid of? I think it's fitting then that you guys are graduating from the beautiful state of Kansas, whose very own motto is Ad Astra per Aspera, which of course means to the stars through difficulties. If you guys can pick yourself back up after you've fallen, you guys have mastered one of the hardest life skills, and your journey will be smoother and easier for it. Do not forget the values you have learned here in St. Francis. This town teaches you how to work hard. It teaches you how to work honestly. It teaches you to respect others and be kind to everyone. I know those traits seem commonplace, especially here, but in the real world, they are rare. When you guys leave this auditorium today, no matter where you go after this, keep those skills inside of yourself, harness them, and grow them and use them to your advantage, because they will set you so far above and beyond, whether it's in your career, your schooling, or your personal life. Finally, don't forget where you guys belong. Here in St. Francis, this will always be your home. Everyone in this room and everyone in this town has watched you to get to where you are today, and now they're excited to see what happens next. Everyone in this town will be your biggest fans, and they'll make sure you always remember that. Even today, for me, 4 years and 15 different shows later, I still receive messages on Facebook where people will like and comment on my photos whenever I do a show. And to have that support, even after I've graduated, even after I've left the state of Kansas, is so humbling and inspiring, and it fills my heart with such a gratitude. So people of St. Francis, I want you to know that your support has never gone unappreciated or unheard, and I am truly grateful for it. In class of 2015, you guys are about to be on the receiving end of that unconditional love and that unconditional support. You guys are so lucky for it. If you guys are ever feeling lost or confused, don't forget you can always come back home, whether that means texting one of your fellow classmates or a teacher, or coming back physically to visit St. Francis. You guys will always have a safe haven here, no matter how tumultuous the outside world gets. Class of 2015, you are bright, you are young, you are resilient, and you are accomplishing something so big today, and I hope you are all so proud of yourselves. Today, sooner than you think, you guys will come back and you will say, "Hey, do you guys remember when?" But it is May 17th, 2015, and the whole world is waiting for you. So go forward and shine bright, because we are all rooting for you guys. Thank you.